Is a big day for San Francisco's Chase Center, where in just 4 hours a ribbon-cutting event will be held to mark the big opening to the public on Friday. Michelle Griego is live in front of Chase Center this morning in Mission Bay with a special guest out there. Good morning.
I know, he is our special guest, political insider Phil Mateer. You woke up early to come out and talk with us this morning, so I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So let's talk about this new arena. The Warriors announced it in 2012 that this was coming to San Francisco, and here we are today, only 7 years later, opening it up. This is pretty fast.
It's amazingly fast. You have to understand that when this was announced, the 49ers were getting up to move down to Santa Clara, and there was a feeling in San Francisco, there was a recession on, there was a feeling in San Francisco that possibly the city had seen its day. People were talking about the new forces were down in San Jose or in other parts of the area. They grabbed this. Mayor Ed Lee, the Board of Supervisors, all the politicians signed off before they even really looked at it. And they've made a point of getting it done as fast as possible. And it might sound like 7 years is a long time, but they're usually in 7 years in San Francisco is before you even break ground, let alone open up. So record time. Right,
and they just broke ground in 2017, and here we go now. Now, everyone was so concerned about the money, where all the money came from to get this built.
It's private money. All right, now that's a trade-off. We didn't put tax dollars into building the Chase Center, just like didn't put tax dollars into building the Giants ballpark. But as a result of that, they had to come up with this financing, and it's not cheap. They sold seat licenses, and those seat licenses, there's a question that people are out there, legitimately so, is that the new prices, which are going to be a lot higher to make the mortgage, because you got to pay the mortgage on this, are they going to keep out some of the old-timer fans?
Well, that's the big question. That's a big controversy, because you have a lot of fans, very loyal fans, that have gone generations of being fans for the Warriors, a lot of them living in the East Bay. Not only do they have to pay the higher prices, but now they have to pay for transportation. Now they have to pay for parking. It's a lot.
Life's rough. No, but they've also
in the Bay Area.
Right? But they get a fan base more also that can come up from the peninsula now. So there's a trail. I think the fans are going to come, but this isn't just about basketball.
Right.
I mean, it's the Chase Center. And the Warriors were really intent not only on just buying the owners of a basketball team, they wanted an event center. And there's going to be 200 events here a year. Now, some of those, about 80 of those are going to be basketball games, but we're also talking concerts. And we're talking, family events, but we're also talking about using this as a convention center as well to hook up with the downtown. And so this is going to be used much more than just for basketball. This is a whole new addition to the city for tourism, for conventions and all that.
So that is really big for the city.
It is. And it's also, it's symbolic. San Francisco has a couple of iconic buildings, all right? Fisherman's Wharf was the days when San Francisco was the gold rush and a blue-collar working town. The Transamerica Tower, that was the symbol of San Francisco as a financial center for the West Coast. And during the 70s and 80s, that's what it was. The Salesforce Tower, and this is the symbol of the new tech and the whole city moving from that part further south. This is the new center of San Francisco, because it's not just the Chase Center that's gone up in the last 7 years. Just about every building around here has gone up in the last couple of years. This used to be railway yards, and you can't find anything, a spare parking place down here anymore.
But what's cool is looking at some of the buildings surrounding it, it doesn't really stand out too much.
You notice that?
Yeah, it kind of looks like it all flows.
If you look behind us, yes, it's not towering, it's not any bigger than the other buildings, it's just sort of sitting in there among all those buildings. Which could be a downside, because what we don't have in front of us usually, if we were at some other arena, would be a parking lot, a very big parking lot. And instead, we've got one street between us and them. So it's going to be interesting to get people in and out of here.
Yeah, and you were talking about not only the games, but these entertainment events. This Friday, so exciting. Metallica and the San Francisco Symphony collaborating together. It's been 20 years since they've been doing this collaboration. Have you ever heard the two mixed?
No, I haven't. They were over in Berkeley. This is going to be a rematch of that. And then they're going to have a whole string of other shows that are going to be rolling through here before the season opens. So what we're going to have is sort of the entertainment opening of the Chase Center, and then we're going to have the basketball. I think we're going to have ribbon cutting after ribbon cutting after ribbon cutting.
So true. Well, the ribbon cutting ceremony today, that is at 10:30. Governor Gavin Newsom will be here, and San Francisco Mayor London Breed. Phil, thanks so much for coming and waking up this morning. We'll get you some coffee too. Kenny, back to you.